What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and to another Overwatch League news video. I apologize for being late on this. This news kind of came out hours ago at this point. I was a bit busy, but I wanted to get my thoughts on it out anyway, just because this is some really good news. John Spector, Vice President of the Overwatch League, on Twitter announced the Overwatch League start date is set for April, and they're going to be playing on an early version of Overwatch 2. That is extremely good news. I mean, this is the best news we have gotten in months. I am nowhere close to the first person to bring this up, but there was a bunch of concern about the Overwatch League and its future, as well as Overwatch in general. Nobody knew what was going on. We weren't getting any new information. There was very little news. No one knew when Overwatch 2 was going to even come remotely close to being out. Like, we were just left in the dark completely for the longest time. Overwatch 2 got announced quite some time ago, you know? So not having any news whatsoever for this long was scary, so this is a big time relief. We know that we're getting close to the release of the game. Now, of course, by April, we don't know what its playability is going to be like and who can play it. I'm assuming like will at least be towards beta testing or something like that. So, you know, the Overwatch players can get used to this new game. So I think we're taking a step in the right direction. This game's going to be coming out sooner than some of us thought, at least. I was of the belief that we wouldn't get any news about Overwatch 2 and when it could be coming out until like late 2022, so this is a massive relief. I'm glad to see that the game seems to be at least kind of on track to be out a lot earlier than I initially thought. There's a lot riding on this game, you know? Overwatch 2 is what we need to revitalize the Overwatch franchise and get people more hyped about the competitive community again and get more people into the esports scene once again. This game is do or die for us all, pretty much. So it's good to see that we're finally getting towards that big time test. We're all very anxious, but excited to see what kind of results we can get from it. But more importantly, we have to talk about the Overwatch League part of it because that's what this channel is based on, of course. And really, when you think about it, this is amazing. Finally, we get to see pros play on a new version of the game, first off. But second off, there are a lot of rumors swirling around on social media and with articles and whatnot that the Overwatch League might not start at its usual time. We had the rumors that stated that the league wouldn't start up until around the summer. There were some people saying that there'd be like a year-long hiatus or something crazy like that, that we'd have to play on a bunch of just random tournaments and stuff to help get us through until the official Overwatch League start date got here. There was a ton of just not great rumors swirling around that got a bunch of us concerned. And when you add in all of the drama going on with Blizzard in general and sponsors pulling out of the league, it was just a very dreadful situation. A lot of us were not in the greatest state of mind, to say the least. Heck, just a couple of weeks ago, I made a video talking about my concerns on all of this. I was not a very happy camper. This game and its league, in a sense, are my sense of livelihood, and it is for a lot of other people out there. And if you aren't someone who depends on it for income or whatnot, there's also just a good chance you have a great attachment to this game. That's why most of you are probably watching this video. You love playing the game. It helps get you through your days. You love watching content about Overwatch and the Overwatch League and all that stuff. And maybe some of you have met some of your best friends from this game. There's just so much that's connected with it, so it feels really good to get some positive news for a change. There were so many rumors swirling out there that owners and people in management positions and anybody else involved with these orgs were just not happy, and understandably so. The league was in a weird spot, and there was plenty of reasons to be concerned over its future. But recently a meeting was held, and I'm guessing it went pretty well if these were the results. This is probably the plan that Blizzard and the higher-ups at the league came up with. And good on them, man. Seriously, this is fantastic. For all the stuff that's been going on with Overwatch and the Overwatch League making mistakes and Blizzard in general, this is a great step back in the right direction. This type of announcement has people hyped, both from the fan perspective, the player perspective, you name it. Everybody is excited right now. This is the exact type of thing that we needed to lift up our spirits and get us back on the right track in terms of happiness and having a positive attitude towards this game. There has been nothing but doom and gloom on the timeline for months now, so this is a complete change of pace that I'm all for. This is great. The league and John Spector for, of course, making this announcement a thing really came in clutch today. I don't even think they realize how many people's days they made just because of this one thing that they said. So yeah, now that we know that Overwatch 2 is going to be the game that the Overwatch League uses next year, it's time to start thinking about what that could mean for the players and the league as a whole. John Spector mentioned that more details will be coming out in the future in terms of team construction and whatnot, But obviously, it doesn't take a genius to realize that since it's only going to be 5v5, some people are going to be losing their jobs either just because teams don't need that many players, or because some players might not fit the bill in terms of flexibility anymore. A lot of support and DPS players are probably safe, but the same cannot be said for the tank players of the league. Considering that you only have one tank player in the game at a time now, that means that these tank players are really going to have to try their best to expand their hero pools. Tank is a funny position where it's hard to constantly switch things around just because of shot calling and general comfort with comms and everything. So I don't know how that's going to work for some of these teams and specific players for that matter. It could lead to some weird situations where you'd want to have, let's say, an off tank in the game. Let's just say that D.Va's meta. D.Va's the tank you use. Traditionally, you'd probably want the off tank player in the game, but just because of the shot calling issues and everything, maybe you'll have your main tank play the D.Va instead just so you don't lose any of that comm value. It's a major adjustment that has to be made regardless of what tank position you play, you know? It's going to be interesting to see what teams want to do once they figure out how Overwatch 2 works and what comps are the most effective and everything. Maybe they'll keep their main tank and their off tank from previous years, and then just not have any backup tanks besides that, then just rotate between the two. Or maybe some teams will just roll out with one tank. It's very, very intriguing to me. Regardless of what happens, I am fully expecting tank to be the position that sees the most action during the offseason. That is the position where you could see the most players lose their jobs, without a doubt. I would not be surprised in the slightest if some of these established veteran tanks lose their jobs in favor of some of these lesser known players who just bring better versatility to the table. It's not super far-fetched, but I also think that the best players will find a way to adjust if they still wish to play Overwatch. I can't say what's going to happen for certain, that's just my idea and some of my predictions, but either way, this offseason is going to be insane. Probably one of the biggest we've ever had, if not the biggest. So strap in, because it is going to be epic. And you already know, I'll be here every step of the way to make recaps and individual videos going over my thoughts and the news for you all. And on that note, that's basically everything I have for you in this brief news video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making this. I am super excited. I think that this announcement was just what we all needed. It really got me through my day and probably a lot of yours as well. If you're hyped for Season 5 of the Overwatch League and what Overwatch 2 could potentially bring to the table, do me a favor, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you're new, if you want to keep up with all things Overwatch League news related. And until next time, this is ATP, signing out. Peace.